Phil Spector was born on December 26, 1939 in New York City. He is known for being an eccentric music producer and convicted murderer. His father committed suicide when Phil was 10 years old. Tina Turner inducted him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989. He wrote or produced some of the best songs and albums in music history. His wall of sound production was very influential. He layered multiple instruments on top of each other, creating a symphonic, rich sound. Some songs he wrote or co-wrote are Be My Baby, Chapel of Love, Then He Kissed Me, and You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. He produced the Beatles, the Ronettes, the Ramones, Ike and Tina Turner, and many others. He almost died in a car accident in 1974 after being thrown through his windshield. He was obsessed with guns, and he'd often bring them into the studio. He treated his wife Ronnie Spector horribly. He was convicted of killing actress Lana Clarkson and spent the rest of his life in prison. He died from COVID complications in 2021. He was 81 years old. Spade Cooley was born on December 17, 1910 in Grand, Oklahoma. His birth name was Donnell Clyde Cooley. He's known for being a songwriter, musician, actor, TV personality, and convicted murderer. He supposedly got his nickname Spade while playing in a poker game where he won 3 flush hands in a row, all in spades. He was a fiddle virtuoso. He moved to Southern California in the early 1930s with his first wife. He was hired as a stand-in for Roy Rogers since he almost resembled him. He appeared in 38 Western films. He became popular as a band leader and he wrote the hit song called Shame on You. He had 6 top 10 country hits. He called himself the king of Western swing. He had a popular variety TV show. He was a very jealous person and he ended up torturing and killing his second wife in front of his 14-year-old daughter. He was always accusing her of cheating on him. He was an alcoholic and had a bad temper. He was sentenced to life in prison in 1961. Ronald Reagan, who was governor of California, fully pardoned Spade. At his first show back in 1969 in Oakland, he dropped dead from a heart attack. He was 58 years old. Johnny Lewis was born on October 29, 1983 in Los Angeles, California. He is known for being an actor. His life had one of the strangest endings I've heard of so far. One of his biggest roles was as Kip Half-Sack Epps on the FX show called Sons of Anarchy. Some of his other TV shows were The O.C., Bones, Smallville, American Dreams, Judging Amy, Seventh Heaven, and Malcolm in the Middle. A few of his movies were The Runaways, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, Underclassmen, and Pretty Persuasion. He dated pop singer Katy Perry for a year starting in 2005. He was a Scientologist for many years. He started making questionable decisions after a head injury from a motorcycle crash. He was arrested for trying to break into someone's home and for breaking a glass over a guy's head who he was fighting with. He had mental and addiction issues. He never married and had 1 child. He died in 2012 from accidentally falling from a roof. He had just strangled his 81-year-old landlady to death and killed her cat. He was 28 years old. Jim Gordon was born on July 14, 1945 in Los Angeles, California. You might not immediately recognize his name unless you're a music nerd like I am. He was the drummer in Eric Clapton's band Derek and the Dominos, and he played in the band called Traffic with Steve Winwood. He was also a highly sought-after session drummer. He was a protege of drum legend Hal Blaine, and he was part of the famous Wrecking Crew session musicians. He would end up dying in prison. His first wife, a singer named Renee Armand, said she left him because of his heavy drug use and he tried to strangle her. Here's a small list of bands and artists he played with on stage or in the studio. John Lennon, Glenn Campbell, Cher, Jackson Browne, The Carpenters, Joe Cocker, Alice Cooper, Tom Petty, Neil Diamond, Frank Zappa, The Monkees, Art Garfunkel, Gordon Lightfoot, and Harry Nilsson. He played drums on You're So Vain by Carly Simon, Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts, and What Is Life by George Harrison. And he played percussion and juice bottles on God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. He began his professional career at age 17 playing with the Everly Brothers. He was married twice and had 1 daughter. He is credited for writing the beautiful piano outro in the song Layla by Derek and the Dominos. Pretty cool, right? Wrong. He stole it from his girlfriend at the time named Rita Coolidge, who actually wrote it. Their relationship ended after he punched her. In 1983, while suffering from schizophrenia, he murdered his own mom with a hammer and a knife. He said voices told him to do it. He was denied parole 10 times. He died in March of 2023 from natural causes in prison. He was 77 years old.